wrong?
Oke. Kocak anjir. Ini dia problematiknya gue nih. Nah, nggak nge-live gue ceritanya. Bentar. Checking dulu. Nggak bisa. Oke. Sumpah.
He's a threat to this entire nation.
Enggak.
I doubt his strength could even be measured by conventional standards.
I have a When me and Anefa showed up, we saw him chasing after this lake. We weren't there. Yeah, we didn't see how it all started.
Kutar, can you shed any light on...
Kutar. Cross-checking database.
Wait,
There are many I've never met why he holds
Kutar.
There are many, but it is also but
a counter strategy? But we don't stand a chance against it. Surely our only option is to... No, I can't...
running is our only...
Huh?
You seem surprised.
Well, I mean...
It's not too late. I can distract him, so you have plenty of time to make your escape.
Wait, what? You're gonna act as bait?
Doesn't that make sense? A coyote doesn't stop. What is it, Lau? The frost moon?
We can't just... Yeah. Besides, she pretty much saved my life back there. If I just ditched her now, I'd never forget...
We can't overlook that you have saved our lives multiple times now. To talk of returning the favor would be a little crass for my liking. But suffice to say that we are friends. And friends look out
He
for
said
one
the word
another.
friends. We are friends, bro. Friend.
River's true objective remains unclear. Even if we were to sacrifice Miss Kutar, there's no guarantee he would stop.
But
Kutar, I know why you left the Frost Moon Scion so long ago. It was because people started treating prayer as a form of trade. They would make self-centered wishes, force you to accept meaningless offerings in return, and then expect you to perform miracles for them, as if that were their entitlement. If it were me, I might have walked away too. But I believe that time can change everything, and that sometimes it takes losing something precious to appreciate its true worth. After much reflection, I've realized that this was never about whether the Frost Moon Scions need you. Any relationship based on need is purely transactional. You were born here.
Thank you, Lauma. But my power is on the wane. I'm afraid. Very well then.
Both times you saved us, we were transported across great distances in an instant.
It is, but I find it very draining. I barely managed to pull it off just now, and it will be some time before I'm strong enough to do so again. Rejected by the world, my power is dwindling. Like a lake,
aduh.
cut off from its
Ngecek gue
source,
sendiri padahal. Oke.
slowly
Siap.
shrinking away. Now, it has almost run dry.
What do you mean, rejected by the world?
The three moons belonged to the ancient bygone era in which they came into being. From the moment I was born, the world itself has been settled. The three moons are not one and the same. As the goddess of the Frost Moon, I cannot wield the powers of the other two. Yet moonlight has a way of blending together. Each can reflect the other's glow. So when our fingers touched, I was able to restore my strength by drawing Kuvaki from the eternal moon's marrow. But this method of recovery is painfully slow.
It's the Wild Hunt! Even faster than we expected. We'll have to finish this conversation later.
See how those wild hunt creatures are running away from us. They're likely just a scouting party. Which means...
Then what are we waiting for? Let's get the...
Sabar, sabar, sabar.
With one heart, we pray. Receive my blessing.
Good luck! Look, the rainbow!
Ultimatum protocol. Cleanup sequence initiated.
Oh, they just keep coming! This is driving me nuts!
Rear's closing in on us. We need to pick up the pace.
There's too many of them! And this time, we can't fall back on the path to escape! If this goes on much longer...
Yeah, we're going to Denki, by the way.
Flash attack!
Insulation chamber deployed. Preparing for dust-up.
Flash is the moon.
The long sleep veterans. Be silent.
Look, the rainbow!
Ultimatum protocol.
With one heart, we
Gue tan gue. Gak lama ngemain ini Genshin.
Observe.
Lihat gak 99 untuk pojok kanan atas. Apa coba maksudnya? Wait, what the fuck ada sekarang? Oh di look? Oh Parka. Gue langsung ya. Oh di look ya? Anjay Parka moment. Gue pengen denger suara Sugita anjir, gak bohong dah. Gue pengen denger suara Sugita di sini.
What's the matter? Bit off more than you could chew?
Anjay.
Uncle Varka! You're back from Amspartnir? Whoa! You're Varka? Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius?
We could save the intros for later. Right now, let's get you all out of this hellhole. Follow me. I know somewhere you'll be safe.
Oh, is that where I think it is?
That's the one. Come on, move! There's no time to waste.
Oh my god. God dang it. Clear ya? Oh, siaman. Damn, he's good. Gue pengen Varka playable anjir. Just to maintain my, you know.
Wow! Where are we? This is so well hidden.
Well, that goes without saying. This is the Knights of Favonius' meeting place in Nodcry, and a contact hub for the Northern Intelligence Network, aka the Black Market of Intel. No matter what faction you're with, it's the place to buy and sell information. Their headquarters are in Nodcry, but they've got contacts in every nation. As an expeditionary force on foreign soil, working with them has offered us the most effective way of getting our hands on reliable local intel. This is where we meet, so naturally, it's secure. Anyway, where were we? Folks from Nodcry should be pretty familiar with me by now. But I believe this is the first time we've met. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Varka, Knight of Boreas, and Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius.
Anjay, kenapa Boreas?
We've heard all about you.
This meeting's been a long time coming. You look way younger than Paimon expected. But you definitely have that Grand Master vibe.
Well, I'm no spring chicken. Just not showing my age yet. Definitely feeling some of that back pain today, though. Rushed back from Amsfartnir without a wink of sleep, only to get right into another fight with that freshly revived maniac.
Another? You mean you fought him before?
Yep. He wasn't nearly as strong back then, but he was still a formidable foe.
Formidable
I brought some of the
foe.
knights along to give him a little surprise, but he saw us coming from a mile off. My squad took heavy injuries, and I barely made it out alive myself. We knew it might have been our last chance, so we staked everything on it. But still, it wasn't enough to stop him.
Cool.
I tried tracking him down afterwards, but he didn't leave a trace. Even in his unhinged
I still
mental state,
hate
he's
that
as cautious as any
fucking
trained operative.
transition. Like,
So, I decided to come find
like,
you.
like,
And as luck would have it, turned up to find you being ambushed by the Wild Hunt.
ah,
The rest,
bro, come on, fix
you
it.
already know.
shit.
Hmm.
It's still not naturally
Is
good.
that why
okay?
he's been
That looks
frantically
so
absorbing
fucking dumb,
Kuvaki these
and I
past few
hate it.
days? Because he sees you as a threat.
Maybe I'm part of the equation, but even if I weren't, I'm sure he'd still be gathering power. He's clearly working up towards something.
Note to self, Uncle Varka's strength rating officially upgraded.
Guess it's my turn to ask questions now. So, what exactly has been happening in Nodcry? Why is the Wild Hunt returned in humanoid form? And why is it after you?
It's a long story, but I'll try to make it quick.
Wow, I had no idea so much had happened. Sounds like you guys have really been through it. So, the Kutar is actually a Fatui Harbinger. And all this Wild Hunt activity in Nodcry is the work of the Raker of Solnari, one of the 5 sinners. Oh, that's a lot to take in. Need some time to wrap my head around it all.
I'm truly sorry, Mr. Varka. You stood with us against the Wild Hunt and did everything you could to stop it from escalating into a full-blown catastrophe. And then, the one time you're away, it all comes to a head and all your hard work gets
Nah, kita juga
undone.
Avengers anjay.
You've got nothing to apologize for, Miss Moonchanter. You can plan 100 steps ahead and still slip up. It's just life. No one knows what tomorrow holds.
Anjay.
You can't predict which way the wind
My
will
guy
blow
full
next.
of wisdom, bro.
And, to be perfectly honest, I can't say I'm surprised. For all the times we've defeated the Wild Hunt in the past, we've never been able to completely wipe it out. Turns out, we were just delaying the inevitable. But now that a new variable has come into play, fate may well take a different course.
A new variable? You mean us?
Who else? And in a strange way, I think his resurgence might not be an entirely bad thing. The Wild Hunt is like an unrelenting force of nature, but Rerir is an individual with an agenda. He's gotta have a weak spot somewhere. That said, while Ino was explaining everything just now, some of the points that Mr. Flint's added caught my attention.
You mean about our mystery ally?
That's right. From what you've said, not only did they lead you straight to some key files, they also shielded Hisi Island from a lethal Kuvaki blast. I don't know who or what could pull something like that off. Heck, even Miss Columbina doesn't have a clue.
I hadn't heard the story about those files. Would you mind repeating their titles for me?
Wild Hunt Phenomena Log, a Nodcryan Ratnik's Field Journal, and Kuvaki Survey Log.
Oh. No. Still doesn't ring a bell.
Another dead end. Guess all we can do now is hope that our mystery ally keeps showing up when we most need them. Still, it's safest to assume they won't be intervening again. From here on out, we'll have to resolve this crisis by ourselves. Your intel also explains something else I've been wondering about. The reason I led my team to Amsfartnir was because we'd had reports about a possible source of the Wild Hunt showing up there. But once we looked into it, it turned out to be a red herring. I don't know who was behind it, but clearly, it served its purpose. I doubt it's by chance that he happened to make his comeback while my attention was diverted. And from everything you told me, it sounds like his scheming began well before his return. So maybe luring me away was all a part of his plan. But is it even possible that he orchestrated all of this by himself? The Moon Maiden and the Raker of Solnari. Nodcry of all places. The way everything is unfolding, it can't be a coincidence.
So, what do we do now? Got any ideas?
Right now, we've got at least 3 things to consider. Let's go through them one by one.
Okay, number 1.
First, we need to figure out how to take down Rerir. If we can't beat him in a straight-up fight, the rest won't even matter. To my knowledge, the bulk of Nodcry's fighting force is already gathered here. But even with everyone united, we're still no match for Rerir in his current state, let alone with his power still growing.
What if there was a way to tap into a new power of our own?
How so?
Have you thought of something, Columbina?
3 moons once watched over this world. The Eternal Moon was the largest. The Frost Moon was the brightest. And the Iridescent Moon was the most mysterious. They say that back then, the 3 moon goddesses wielded immense power. Enough to shape the workings of the world itself. I now bear the Frost Moon's power, and the Eternal Moon's marrow resides within the Traveler.
Hold on. Are you suggesting?
Yes.
The iridescent moon, the last piece in the puzzle.
That's right. If we can find the Iridescent Moon's marrow, I will be able to regain my strength much more quickly.
The 3 moons are said to stir the tides and illuminate all things. Perhaps they hold further secrets beyond our understanding.
According to my analysis, the solution is feasible. However, it is subject to one major condition. How do we locate the Iridescent Moon's marrow?
Bro, that
know
is
a way,
what
but
we fucking
We will
talking
need to
about.
visit the Fatui's
Stop being like,
experimental
I'm the
design
conclusion. I'm the conclusion. Now I'm gonna ask the fucking biggest
Experimental
question.
Design
Like,
Bureau?
shut the fuck up, okay?
Are
Just
you
straight to the
saying
point.
We need to involve Marionette?
bureau. Yes. I must speak with Sandrone.
It's a long way from here to
I
the
thought it's Sandrone,
Experimental
but
Design
Sandrone.
Bureau. There's a high chance you'll be spotted. You shouldn't
I'll go
go
for her.
alone.
Then that's settled. Next up, our second priority. Somehow, we need to figure out Rerir's end goal. As you saw for yourselves, when he was still in his wild hunt form, everything he did was for the sake of recovering his body and resurrecting himself. His first act since then, after laying low for a while, was to try and assassinate this young lady. People's obsessions often reveal their greatest vulnerabilities. There must be a reason why he despises the moon so deeply. Perhaps it sheds some light on his title, the Raker of Solnari. The Wild Hunt has plagued Nodcry for centuries now. If we want to stop it for good, we have to get to the root cause of what's driving it.
It's true. We still know very little about him. If Kuthar hadn't given us that lead, we wouldn't even know his name.
But where would we even start? I doubt even the Intel Queen of Nodcry has a clue, and she has info coming out of her ears.
Oh? That's a rather hasty conclusion for someone who's so painstakingly meticulous when it comes to dealing with machines.
Oh my god.
Ah, she hurt me!
Ya udah.
Boss! What are you doing here?
I'm now asking myself the same question. I received a letter from a humble knight of Favonius, requesting a meeting to discuss a major business deal. But it looks like this humble knight had something else in mind.
Details, details. Miss Neffer, the important thing is that you've arrived at the perfect time. Since his failed ambush, I've been racking my brains trying to come up with a plan to fight Rerir. Given the severity of the situation, I think it's fair to say that our only chance lies in uniting as one. And I'm talking all the factions in Notcry. We can't do this without the Curatorium. But I knew it'd be a tough job to win you over. So, I took the liberty of reaching out for a little chat.
Wait a sec. How did you even hear about this place, Nefer? Didn't you say this is meant to be the Knights of Favonius' meeting spot? And a contact hub for the Northern Intelligence Network? And...
You really think he could have gotten settled in Nodcry without my help? Besides, I'm the one running this gig. Of course I know where the meeting place is.
Allow me to introduce the current head of the Northern Intelligence Network. If it's intel you're after, she's your woman. Pretty much seen and heard it all.
Please spare me the flattery. Let's cut to the chase. Seems like you've run into some trouble, huh?
Berarti Never take over Favonius dong secara nggak sadar.
Well, this certainly qualifies as an unforeseen crisis.
Iya kan?
On behalf of the Curatorium of Secrets, I wish you all the best of luck.
So you're just going to sit this one out?
Why should I get involved? What could possibly be in it for me?
What if we told you we can't do this without you?
Oh? Then I'd say you'd better make it worth my while. I don't work for free.
I can't put a price on something like this.
Or maybe you can take the difference out of my next few paychecks. Things got really dangerous during the fight with Rerir. If this girl hadn't saved me, I'd be ley line fodder by now. I'd be gone for good, boss. If there's any way we can make this work, I'd really like to help her. Please, I'm begging you.
Aduh, thank God, masih reconnecting.
This is why I'm always telling you never accept favors. They are the hardest debts to repay.
Okay, nice.
You have to be careful who you get involved with, or you invite all kinds of misfortune. Very well, Yehoda, I will help. But just this once. Don't count on this happening again. Flynn's, that fragment that Rerir was after, do you still have it on you?
Of course.
Let me borrow it. I need it to follow up on some leads.
wait, you actually have some leads?
Shh. This is top secret information.
I get it. We all have things we'd rather keep to ourselves. Plus, I know we can count on you, so we'll leave the intel gathering in your hands. And that brings me to the third and final item. We need to find a way to distract him. We need time to make our move, so someone will have to stall him. I'm in for this part, no matter what. Anyone coming with?
Count me in too.
Come off it, you two. Quit playing heroes. I'm way ahead of you here. Nefa did a scan of the Moon Goddess's Kuvaki signature, and we're gonna use it to make some decoys over at the Kramkake craft shop. Anyone who's in, follow me. Once they're ready, we'll deploy the decoys across Notcry. So as long as the rest of you keep moving, he won't catch on to your scent and won't be able to track you down.
I like it. Genius idea.
No biggie.
All right then, we'll split into 3 teams. Once your team has finished their mission, return here and wait for the others. Dismissed!
Anjay. Bentar. Gila. Kita tim Columbina. Gue belum nge-clearin map mereka juga anjir. Map mereka annoying. Jujur.
Lady Damselette. Wait. And you two? What are you doing at the Kuvaki Experimental Design Bureau? We've been doing our best to mind our own business lately. But if you're just gonna waltz up here like this, you're seriously pressing your luck. don't blame us for doing what we have to.
You really think that's gonna scare us off?
We're not looking for any trouble. I just want to see Sandrone.
Do I need to remind you that you're still a wanted fugitive for deserting us? Out of consideration for our former ties and the crisis we're all up against, we'll let you leave in one piece. But don't even think about trying to get inside.
Let them in.
But
Are you going to make me repeat that?
no, my lady.
Sandrone seems to be in a good mood. Must be maintenance day.
Hah. Backgroundnya itu loh, ding 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 kayak what the fuck ya. Ini kapan yang kata save sedih gue anjir, sumpah. Ini panjang banget soalnya. Ding 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 ding.
So tell me, to what do I owe the honor this time? Actually, before you answer that, just so we're clear, we're not colleagues anymore, Columbina. I don't owe you anything.
I promise it's nothing big.
It seems like you've gotten the wrong idea here. The only reason I let you in was because I was bored. It seemed like a way to kill some time and satisfy my own curiosity. Whatever miscalculations I may or may not have made in the past, I haven't lost the plot enough to even consider sticking my neck out for your sakes.
I'd like to speak with Arlecchino.
What?
What? Huh? You mean the knave?
I'd like to speak with Arlecchino. Is she in Nodcry?
No, she's not. Once the work on this facility was completed, she went back with the Rooster and Regrator. The only ones in Nodcry are me and... what is it you need to speak to her about anyway?
Bentar. Who the fuck is the Rooster and the Regretter? Ah, gue gak bisa di sini. Saya langsung patah anjir. Di sini. The Rooster, Genshin. Oh, Puccinella. The Rooster and Regretter. Regretter itu Antelome. Okay.
Rerir is hunting me. If I'm going to face him, I must first retrieve the lost moon. Is that a no, then?
As if I need reminding. I was this close to settling things with him before someone decided to whisk me away to their weird little garden.
Have you held any tea parties lately?
Tea parties? Yeah, obviously. You don't seriously think we'd pack it all in just because you aren't here. If anything, they've been more eventful than ever. Just me, Arlecchino, and a bunch of insolent and sensitive guests who won't stop asking where you've gone. Oh, they've been a real joy.
I bet you served them the worst tea you have. Just like you used to do to me when I upset you.
Who cares about how good the tea is when there's no one around to drink it? I keep losing people. First Rosaline, now you. I'm running out of people who can make me laugh. Honestly, what could be more ridiculous than the multi-centenarian goddess, who's only ever had the plain herbal tea she received as offerings?
You'd always brew a different type of tea for me each time. Was it really just to see how I'd react?
Well, duh. Why else? Watching you squirm was practically my only form of entertainment. Oh, yeah. And Capitano sometimes used to bring Tartaglia around too. But I guess we won't be seeing him again.
Iya. Kayak Fatu emang
Well, I
kenapa
guess we
dikit
are
ya?
overdue for a get-together.
Kayak mereka dulu tuh
Come on,
kayak
ya.
heavy fun gara-gara ada kita.
Have Fabronia pass a message to Arlecchino for me. It's time for tea. Will suffice. Pass along a message for me, too, if you would. My body cannot contain the marrow of 2 moons, so I'll be leaving one of them in her care. Excuse me? Who said you were on the guest list? If my tea meant that much to you, maybe quitting the Fatui wasn't your brightest move. Back when you were under the Tsaritsa's protection, no one would have dared come at you so openly. But that protection didn't come for free. In fact, I paid dearly for it. At the end of the day, it was just another transaction.
Real shit.
I just got tired, that's all. I never wanted any part in their grand ambitions, and I've had enough of being treated like a bottomless supply of power. It brings back memories from the old days, when I was still worshipped as the moon goddess. Centuries on, it may be a different group of people, but I see the same greed in their eyes. I figured you'd leave eventually. You didn't have as much of a reason to stay as I do. The Tsaritsa gave you shelter and protection? That was it. Nothing more, nothing less. Meanwhile, the Fatui demanded everything from you in return, until it was more than you could bear. I get why you left. And frankly, I have no interest in dragging you back just because the higher-ups told me to. But if you keep hanging around with this riffraff, the next time we cross paths, we might be enemies for real. Guess that's our cue to leave. That might be your plan. But it sounds like someone else wants you to stay a little longer. Huh? What do you mean? See for yourselves.
My lady, it's the Wild Hunt. A horde of monsters is headed straight for the facility.
Another uninvited guest trying to crash my tea party. Clear the area. I'll handle this. Wait, what? You want us to leave you here by yourself? Huh. You'll be lucky to make it out of this alive. You really think you can afford to worry about— Go on, get out of here. You may have stopped Polonia from crushing him last time, but I've made sure that won't happen again. The entire Experimental Design Bureau is rigged for war. Stay and watch if you want, but it'll be at your own risk. You're not— Don't tell me what to do! Look, if you're leaving, make it quick, or you'll just get in my way. There's a secret passage on the 2nd floor. It'll take you right to the plains out back. Stare all you want, Columbina. You're not getting another invitation to my tea party. I know. But thank you anyway, Sandrone. This is exactly why you shouldn't hang around with those people. All their melodrama and sentimental nonsense is rubbing off on you.
Pedes banget omongannya.
Come on then, Mr. Ray here. Let's pick up where we left off. It's your Wild Hunt monstrosities versus my beautiful creations. Let's see who comes out on top.
Gue Mati lo. Get the fuck out. Udah deket banget nih. Anjir, gue punya tank kayak gini mah. OP anjir. Anjir, snipernya kayak gini anjir. Keluarin peluru sniper udah kayak pakai akap ini anjir. Apa namanya dia? Pak. What? Anjir, snipernya tiba-tiba hancur. Gue sedih sih kalau misalnya nanti di ini lagi, tembak-tembakan lagi. Oh enggak. She left.
Where did she go?
Over here, you...
Cursed moon. Go. Keep searching. She cannot have gotten far.
So this is your method for investigating Rarir's past. It almost looks like some kind of ceremony.
Good deduction. But it's quite a different affair from what you're used to with the Frost Moon Scions.
Whoa! First time I've ever been in here. Boss always said it was off limits, so I pictured some kind of creepy dungeon. But it's... Oh, I guess this must be Sumero decor? That's where Boss is from. And that nice shopkeeper who sold me my treasure compass.
I'm not sure exactly what you've got planned, but it looks like you're all set.
Whenever we wish. But for some reason, I've got a feeling this isn't going to end well. I've never faced Rarir myself, but from what you've told me, his power is beyond anything I could imagine. I, on the other hand, am just an ordinary businesswoman. Our paths should never have crossed, yet here I am, forced to make an enemy of him.
If you ask me, you're about as far from ordinary as it gets. So what are you saying? You're getting cold feet?
Once I take a job, there's no backing out. Still, I have to ask myself if the power I'm relying on will even work on an opponent of this caliber. And also how to make sure I come out of this alive if things spiral out of control. Death is the one thing we can take for granted. It is the great equalizer, however fortunate or unfortunate we may otherwise be. So it's important to consider how to spend what lifespan we have left.
Come on, boss. Lighten up. Quit talking about death. It's bad luck. Quit dragging me. I genuinely can't run any further.
Hey, aren't you?
What is it? What's the big rush? You dragged me out of a dream where I was literally swimming in Mora. I'm charging double my usual attendance fee. See, look how easygoing she is. After that rude awakening, she could have completely snapped at us. But instead, she kept it together and just asked for an extra fee.
Dori Sangama Bay? I never would have pictured you two doing business together.
If you want to make it big and not cry, it's all about connections. Lady Nefer just so happens to have a lot of intel that interests me. And she also did me a big favor in the past. It was back when I first arrived in Not Cry. My trusty assistant, the genie in my lamp, had an adverse reaction to the Kuvaki and fainted. And when
Baik lagi
you know
aja suara-suara
that's when I
semerunya
suddenly
balik
find myself
coy.
in a life or death situation.
Nasa kasine.
It was there to swoop in and save the day. I've been giving her a 30% discount off all of my goods ever since.
Susah.
Now, so that no one here feels left out, I'm willing to extend a 20% discount to fellow friends of Boss Nefer. Plus, any other friends you send my way will enjoy 10% off. What can I say? The great Lord Sangama Bay is nothing if not generous. So, let me guess. You've run into some trouble? I
I've got everything you could possibly need. And the more you buy, the more you'll save.
You guessed correctly. What have you got in the way of survival gear?
The one type of gear I've never been short on. What are you looking for? A jetpack fresh from the Academia's labs? An ancient suit of armor dredged up from the bottom of the sea? At the very least, I need to know what kind of opponent you're dealing with here. If even you're worried about staying alive, it must be pretty serious.
What if I told you it's someone with the power to bring a nation to its knees?
Is that so? Then we really are talking top-shelf treasures. I don't have anything like that in stock right now. I'll have to ask my supplier.
Your supplier?
A powerful woman, make no mistake. I can't reveal her identity, but luckily for you, I hear she's planning to visit Notcry in the near future. If you're willing to wait, I can ask her when she's here. Can't say exactly how long that'll be, though.
Then, let me put it another way. What would you do if you encountered an enemy like that? Roll over and serve yourself up on a silver platter?
Of course not. I have a handy little trinket from one of my generous suppliers, which... Hold on. What exactly are you getting at? No, this is for my personal use only!
Let's just say I'm borrowing it, all right? Just for insurance purposes. You'll get it back later. Favors are the worst kind of debt to owe, and now you've got a chance to repay one. A win-win situation, don't you think?
Fine. You can borrow it for 5 days. No, make that 3. And for every extra hour after that, I'm charging you 1 million mora. Deal?
Deal.
Anjir.
What a way to start the day. Now, was there anything else you wanted? Or can I go back to bed now?
Oh, not yet.
That will be all. Take care now. Don't trip.
See you later! You're my favorite shopkeeper.
Who is that for, though?
Excellent. Everything is well and truly ready. The ceremony can now begin. After initiating the ceremony, your minds will follow me wherever I go. You will see. So remember, don't be frightened, and don't make a sound. Now then, let us peer into the Raker of Solnari's past.
Masuk. Dalam kambing.
I made it. I don't recognize this style of architecture. Must be Conrian. Simple furnishings, table and chairs. Looks like the fearsome Raker of Solnari came from surprisingly humble beginnings. Unless this passed for luxury in Conria. Anyway.
Hi, Rivier. Since you're working extra hours tonight, I thought I'd keep myself busy by checking out that new kebab shop. I've heard I'll test it out, and if it's as good as everyone... P.S. New stash from the Universitas Magistrorum. I brought some goodies home.
Wham.
A few teacups and a pin rack. Hope you like them.
They didn't sign their name. But they must have been close. Sounds like they were living together.
Hari pertama, day 1 aku pergi.
I went over to Joseph's for drinks today. They have a fine collection, but I went alone.
Felindus was tied up with something and couldn't make it. Joseph asked why I came alone, but I didn't really have an answer. He then went on to ask about other things. If you ask me, someone who asks that many personal questions is too nosy for their own good. But if he invites me again, chances are I'd still go.
Felindus. That's the same name Rerir mentioned.
Grain imports keep falling. If things don't pick up, we'll soon be back to meat and mushroom. Honestly, I'm not a huge fan of that new type of mushroom everyone's been into lately. Didn't it start out as a lab-grown variety? I don't care if it's an impressive feat of alchemy. That just isn't the...
Grain has to be imported, and they're eating a diet of mostly meat and mushrooms. Could it be because Conria is underground, so it doesn't get much sunlight? That would explain why they use so much stone in their buildings. They even use alchemically modified strains for food. Seems like the...
I've just about saved up enough now. Time to buy it?
Making a big purchase. I wonder what... He really is a professional. No wonder he's so good at covering his tracks. Despite what he's become, it seems like he's retained certain habits. Did Rerir rip it out himself?
Before I met you, I was convinced that my heart was nothing more than a stagnant, the burial place of a fallen moon. A withered, windless grove where the waters... It was you who helped me see that my heart hadn't entirely withered away. That it could still beat to the rhythm of love.
This is just trivial sentimentality from the looks of it. Why would he go to the trouble of hiding that? The burial place of a fallen moon.
Masaka.
Rerir, over.
Jadi slave?
Dane! Oh, and, Vedelfin here? What a surprise to see.
Hello there, Rerir. You need not address me so formally outside of court. He doesn't get that much free time, so I invited him over for a drink. Even the court prophet deserves a break every now and then, right?
Well, I'm flattered.
So, what are we discussing today?
Hey, don't look at me. As far as I see it, we don't need an excuse to have a few drinks.
Come on, don't give us that. Didn't you say you were about to pop the big question? How's that coming along?
Who'd have thought the great Twilight Sword was an even greater gossip?
I just didn't expect you to be the first one to settle down and get married, that's all.
Oh.
Yeah. If you told me that a few years ago, I wouldn't have believed you either.
So, are you planning to come clean about your job then? I'm guessing you still haven't told her.
Sure, I'll have to tell her at some point. But I'll need to pick the right time and place. To be honest,
Come on, stop being such a pessimist. For all you know, she could be thrilled. I bet she'll be much more impressed by your actual job than the one she thinks. A member of the king...
Ay, sumpah. Lu mengganggu. Ay, gila. Mengganggu banget, sumpah. Let me fucking in!
Rerir!
Dane!
Hello there, Rerir. He doesn't get that much. So, Come on, I just didn't
Yeah.
So,
Sure.
come on, stop it. A member of the...
Of course he does.
Me? Same old, same old. Nothing much to... Huh? What's up, Vet?
It's nothing. Vedifulnir. And yet, does he even know me? Why did he react?
Brown, curly hair and brooding blue eyes. So this is what Rerir looked like back in the day. Perfectly normal. No different from anyone else. As frightening as this monster is in the present, there's something...
Felindis? You're back early?
Our equipment's being serviced today, so I got off earlier than usual. Aw, why the long face? Is something the matter?
Went for a drink with Dane and the others after work.
Isn't that a good thing?
Vedifulnir showed up today too. You know.
Ah, Mr. Vedifulnir. Yes, I've heard of him. They say that everything he says ends up coming true.
He overheard Dainsleif mention that I'd recently proposed, and seemed to have an issue with it. But when I asked what it was, he kept it to himself.
So, you're worried? You can be such a child sometimes, Revier. We're nobodies. Why would the visionary be concerned? I'm sure someone in his position has much bigger fish to fry. You worry too much, Revier. We've been together for...
So, you do remember?
Like I said, I need some time to decide. You can't just rush into things like this. We may be nobodies in the grand scheme of things, but if we want things to work out...
All right. Take your time. Just don't keep me waiting forever. Nobodies. Sounds about right. In the eyes of people like Vedifulnir and Dainsleif, what do we met? Can someone whose gaze is so fixed on a far-flung future even see the present clearly? Besides, the dynasty's fate rests with the king and his inner circle. Whatever I do, it won't make much difference. Meanwhile, every idea they come up with and every decision they make, it affects everything. These days, the king is lost in his research, and the purge, the opposition tried to speak out, but nothing came of it. A man can have 1,000 reasons to carry a sword, but there are few good excuses to use it. Yet what becomes of someone who kills on another's behalf? Can he ever find true peace? Felindis? It's nothing. There's no reason we can't keep living happily together, cherishing the simple joys of each...
See? You just need to stay positive. I can feel your warmth just seeing...
You're right.
That's better. Getting caught up about things like this will only ruin our evening. Speaking of which...
You go ahead. I just have a few...
Even busier than the big shots, huh? Fine, I'll go get started. But don't be late.
Free love. Seriously, though, you drive a hard bargain. You're really gonna...
Well, that goes without saying. I already told everyone I'd be coming with a dance partner. Besides, they're two completely different things. Let's take it one thing at a time.
All right. White outfit it is.
It seems like Rerir was deliberately hiding his ties to the intelligence services by giving the impression that he was just an ordinary member of the Vince. He clearly doesn't want his would-be fiancé to know about his other life. Then again, that's hardly surprising. Who'd have thought we were in the same line? Let's dig a little deeper.
Our last operation was a resounding success, and all thanks to you, Ray here of Solnari. In total, we apprehended 32 dregs of the Crimson Moon.
After all these years since the dynasty's fall, so many of them still...
Indeed, it cannot be denied. Yet it was destiny that the Crimson Moon... Conria has no further need for a dead moon. But alas, there will always be those who refuse to see the truth, choosing instead to romanticize the past.
That's not entirely true. Much about the Crimson Moon era was worthy of remembrance. And that's exactly why they keep trying to see it restored. Many of its secrets remain unsolved to this day. As it happens, that's precisely the field of study my partner is devoted to.
You still haven't told her what you really do for a living.
Where would I even start? How do you tell someone that you're one of the King's hand-picked executioners? That your hands are... I have a feeling that we may...
Your concerns are not unfounded. They've taken out many of our colleagues these past few years, and for that very reason. These are no helpless lambs we're leading to the slaughter. They're wolves in sheep's clothing. Take care, Ray here of Solnari. I look forward to...
Thanks, Thorkel. Thelindis, I never wanted to keep this from you. You're the last person I would ever want to lie to. But that's exactly...
Decided to take the risk of reaching out. Not long ago, the Ray here of Solnari led an assault on one of our strongholds. We suffered many casualties.
Sorry, I don't know why you're telling me this. And I don't want to get involved.
Wait, hear me out. This time we finally got a clear look at his face and learned his true identity. His name is Rarier, and he claims to be one of the King's guards.
What did you say?
A cruel irony, isn't it? The man you're set to marry leads a double life as a brutal executioner. But surely, you must have caught a whiff of the blood on his hands.
Why are you telling me all of this now?
Simple. It's because...
How strange. Rarier was nowhere to be seen in that memory. It clearly belonged to Thelindis. Rarier couldn't possibly know what happened if he wasn't even there. Why would her memories appear in his fragment? The ceremony won't last much longer. I think it's time to call it a day.
Tugas apa tadi anjir? Belum kelar anjir ngomongnya, anjay lu cabut aja. Tugas apa? As always digantungin. As always digantungin. Hey, shit.
So that was your doing? Did you just pull us inside Rarier's fragment?
Any more questions, and I'll have to start charging.
I had no idea you could do that, boss! Seriously, that was amazing! We're not worthy. We're not worthy! I gotta admit, though, I'm itching to see what happens next. Feels like we
I'm just as curious as you are. But the ceremony only allows for limited time inside. That's all Luckily, we managed to learn quite a lot.
So far, so good. I just hope, especially the group with the Traveler. Their mission is a risky one. Let's hope it's...
If you're worried about them, go see how they're doing.
If I know boss, she's gonna need some time to write up all the details and make sure it's all coherent. I'll...
Kencing lagi. Kencing gua. Minum sebotol anjir. Aduh lu ya. Anjir, other clap. Sejarah ya?
Oh, they've been prowling around for nearly 2 days now. These things just won't quit. Oh, they might not have seen us yet, but with them constantly sweeping the area, our way out is completely blocked.
Nice. Bentar, runcing lu gua. Oh. Nice shot.
Oh, that's never gonna work. One little slip up and it's game over.
Cool.
If they spot us, they'll run straight back to Rear. And once he knows we're here, it won't be long before he's breathing down our necks again. Oh, guess you're right. All right.
Zip it.
Quick, hide! We almost got spotted!
Pakai semua guys tasnya. Ada yang kok nggak pakai sebenarnya yang lain. Ini gue yang mana? Gue yang api ya. Yang DC sucks. Switch. Defect. Defense. Aw. Talentnya. Wow. Ability-nya di skill. Oke. Jelek jujur.
Phew, that was a close call. We're nearly there. This is the final hurdle. Oh, there's no end to these things.
Udah prengkur.
Fire.
Fire? Wait, what's that smell? Oh no, there's a fire!
Is that? Was quick. Oh my god! Lady Arlecchino!
Sandrone was right. You look weak, Columbina. The old you would never have let such lowly creatures bar your way. Word has it that you did something for the Tsaritsa, and that's why you've lost most of your power. Freedom comes at a heavy price, doesn't it?
It's Arlecchino! You came!
Hello again, Columbina. And greetings, guests of the House of the Hearth.
It's been a while, Arlecchino.
Damn. No.
Stupid right here of stupid Solnari. Ugh, whatever. I've got all the data I need. Next time we meet, you're finished. He sure doesn't pull his punches.
Excuse me, do you need a hand?
You can do me a favor by staying out of my way. Can't you see I'm busy? Wait a minute.
Hello, Miss Sandrone. Father sent us over to help.
My god.
How considerate of her. Hey, Fremine, get over here and help me fix this. Lenny, you do your thing. Just keep your sister away from my machines. Nearly every machine that cat girl touches ends up going haywire. Go put her on cleaning duty or something.
Then let's start downstairs. Fremine, we'll leave this place to you. You've got it.
Wait a second. Pretty sure there's still some tea in the cupboard. If you want some, you'll have to make it yourselves.
Anjir! Secret base sama The Knave, bro. Gue gila. Teman-teman bulu burung. What? Don.
Fearless.
Let me Amin. Oh, there you go. Gue spamming anjir. Lemin.
It's a relief to see you all made it back in one piece.
Huh? Feels like there's quite a few people missing. Where's Flint's and the other?
I returned ahead of them. Flint is helping Aino and Anefa to set up the decoys and buy some time. As for Miss...
Boss is still wrapping things up on her end. She sent us back to fill you all in on the top secret intel we've been gathering.
I see. Then let's... But first, who do we
What
have
do we
here?
have here?
You brought someone else in to help?
Greetings. I was invited here to help as a longtime Tea Party companion of Columbina's. You may call me Arlecchino.
Surely it can't be.
Those eyes. Oh, where have I seen them before? Wait, of course. In those memories we just saw.
The only Arlecchino I know is the fourth of the Fatui Harbingers. So either you share a pretty uncommon name, or you're more than just a Tea Party buddy.
You're well informed, Grandmaster. A man from Mondstadt living all the way out here in Nodcry, and yet the people and affairs of Snezhnaya seem to hold a special place in your heart.
Oh, the feeling's mutual. Sounds like you know all about who I am, too.
A Fatui Harbinger.
Damn.
The atmosphere in here just got really tense. Guess we can't just start trusting Fatui Harbingers, even at a time like this.
I must admit, though, I'm a little curious. Seeing as the moon goddess no longer belongs to the Fatui, what makes you so willing to put your neck on the line here?
Nor does Nodcry belong to Mondstadt, Mr. Varka. Yet still, you're fighting for it all the same. Things don't always have to have a tangible payoff. Sometimes, stopping things from spiraling out of control is a higher priority than chasing the spoils of victory. Of course, I can't say there's nothing in it for me at all. But that's between Columbina and myself.
Forgive me. I don't mean to doubt you. It's just that the Fatui really have been the sort. We have our own way of doing things here in Nodcry. But ever since they arrived, the Fatui have treated...
I know there's been a lot of bad blood between us in the past. I've done my utmost to avoid friction whenever I could. But sometimes fundamental conflicts of interest simply can't be settled amicably. That's why I'm here solely in a personal capacity. This has nothing to do with the Fatui. As a gesture of good faith, I'll be frank. I can help Columbina track down the iridescent moon's marrow, which will help her restore more of her power.
Oh my god,
Anyway,
yes,
what else is on the agenda? Let's begin.
She says she'll be frank, then completely skips over the details. Looks like she doesn't want to give a... But she clearly wants to change the subject. It'd be awkward if I tried to bring it up again now. I guess we'll just have to go along with it. She's the fourth of the Fatui Harbingers, after all. One look, and you can tell she's not someone you'd want to mess with.
Well, since Miss Arlecchino sounds confident in her ability to handle that, we'll proceed to the next topic. Yehuda, time to share that top-secret intel.
All right, listen up, everyone. First, we now know that Rerir was originally a Conrian secret agent whose primary mission was to hunt down and assassinate the so-called Dregs of the Crimson Moon.
The Dregs of the Crimson Moon?
Mm-hmm. In the memories, there was a lot of talk about the Crimson Moon and Eclipse, and a whole bunch of other stuff from the time of Conria.
To my knowledge, those were the names of two different Conrian dynasties. Long, long ago, it is said that the people of Conria worshipped the Crimson Moon. drawing a mysterious power from its reflection. But one day, a coup saw the Crimson Moon eclipsed, hence the name of the new dynasty that replaced it, and how it became the new emblem of Conria.
Still, long after the Crimson Moon dynasty had fallen, the last ruler of the Eclipse dynasty, the Vinster King, still coveted the secrets it left behind. So, he sent the Rehir of Solnari to secretly hunt down the Crimson Moon's few remaining followers. In those days, Rerir showed no signs of madness. In fact, he was as normal as any other person. Oh, and he had a What's the matter?
A pure-blood Conrian?
Curse of immortality.
Oh, yeah. Just like how it was with the captain.
If we could somehow find her, do you think there's any chance Rerir might regain some of his sanity?
It's possible, but it would take a miracle. We can't pin all our hopes on that. That merchant who Nefer knows, Dori Sangama Bay. Maybe we could hire her to look into it.
All right then. Let's keep... Traveler, Paimon, Kutar, and Miss Arlecchino will go look for the iridescent moon's marrow. As for the others...
On the way over here, I noticed that the wild hunt monsters had grown even more friendly. At this rate, the people living here will be in grave danger too. So I'm thinking of...
I'll head back to the curatorium and meet up...
Feels good knowing we've all got something to be getting on with. Given that the Wild Hunt has been a lot more active lately, the Lightkeepers have likely begun their own operations too. If that is the case, someone will need to pass the news. I'll hold the fort for now, then discuss our next move with Flints, Aino, and Anefa when they get back.
All right then.
Well, the clock's ticking. If that's everything...
We'd better get moving too. We'll try to buy you as much time as...
Relax. Just do your thing. I decided to call in some backup since things are getting so hairy. Stay safe, everyone.
Please, let it be Jin. Oh, Jin datang gitu.
We're back.
Oh, Ineva. Kaget gua dari dari sepatunya Ineva gua kira Jane. No way, bro. Acting Grandmaster datang.
A tad late. The others have already set off. To summarize, our resident moon goddess has found us a new ally, and Boss Nefer has uncovered some promising info. Everything going smoothly on your...
Not great. I don't know how long we can stall them for. The decoys are getting taken out way... I'm gonna make some more later, but I need a timeout first. I'm so tired right now. Oh, right. Inefa, could you fill in Uncle Varka on what...
Sure. Uncle Varka, you previously told us about how when you went to investigate a source of the Wild Hunt in Amsvartnir, you discovered that it was just a diversion. But according to Flintz's intel, several outbreaks of the Wild Hunt had already occurred in Nodcry in the period leading up to that. That was before Rerir had regained his body, when he was far from regaining his full strength. In other words, in theory at least, he still lacked the means to act in two places at once.
Flints, with everything that's been happening, the Lightkeepers across Nodcry are rallying to fight back against the Wild Hunt. They're gonna need your help.
Whoa.
I know, I'm sure you're capable of coming up with something far more effective than decoys. But for now, you should stay here and get some rest. Enefa and I will head back over to Amsvartnir to see if there's anything I missed.
Lihat ada Nemo di Varka.
I told you Uncle Varka would say that, didn't I? A deal's a deal. Not a word about my snack intake for the next week.
Database updated. Reliability of Aino's predictions increased.
What does that mean?
They were betting on how you'd respond after hearing their intel.
It's the obvious choice, isn't it? That's hardly worth betting on.
We already decided that Anefa should go investigate the situation over at Amsvartnir on her own. You might as well stay here and keep watch. Someone needs to hang back and oversee our strategy meetings. And besides, you still haven't fully recovered from ambushing Rerir.
So I've ended up with the easiest assignment. Well, I appreciate it, everyone. See you when you get back.
Gila, ini gue kayak lanjut terus. Gila. Kayak lanjut terus. Bentar, betulnya gue ini keberapa dah? Act 3 ya? Gue Act 3. Kira gue Act 2 loh anjir. Kesempatan dong. Ke-8 ya?
What you got planned? We still haven't got the slightest idea what's going on here. And if even Columbina doesn't know where the iridescent moon's marrow is, how do you?
Simple. Because I am an inheritor of the royal bloodline of the Crimson Moon. And one of the last surviving embers of the Two Worlds Flames.
Oh, that explain anything.
Are you serious? Isn't you're a descendant of that Crimson Moon dynasty we were just talking about? So
Your surprise is understandable. I was also taken aback when I first learned of it. But the more I thought about it, the more I realized the signs had been there all along. When I was young, I discovered I could wield a very special kind of fire. It coursed like blood through my veins and smoldered away inside my nerves. What's more, whenever I experienced strong bursts of emotion or drew too deeply on this power, it was like some kind of presence within the fire would begin. Exactly. That is why my hands are like this too. At first, I saw it only as a curse, but once I became a harbinger, the jester apprised me of the truth. Together with my own investigations over the past few years, there are several things that I have gradually come to understand. For instance, take the so-called Crimson Moon. In truth, it is nothing more than the shattered remnants of the iridescent moon, fused with the abyss to prolong its lifespan. Since this blood flame was bestowed upon me by the Crimson Moon, it is a fusion of the iridescent moon's former power and the corruption of the abyss. You all understand the nature of the abyss well enough. I draw upon its power, and in return, it hungers for my soul. This strange blackness is the mark of corruption it has left behind.
If I recall correctly, you once told me that if the corruption ever made it to your heart, you'd become a completely different person.
Yes, and that's the reason I'm always careful not to push my power too far. It's essentially a never-ending tug of war. Anyway, the rest of my story can wait. Is there any...
Paimon has a question. So, the Crimson Moon that the Karians used to worship was actually the iridescent moon, right? Which was one of the three moon sisters. Does that mean that the Karians were to the Crimson Moon as the Frost Moon Scions are to the Frost Moon?
So much of that history has been lost. We have no way of knowing exactly what they were like. But I would suspect that the Conrians weren't as devout in their moon worship as it might appear. The iridescent moon's remains simply served as their link to the abyss. Later on, perhaps someone discovered a way to make direct contact with the abyss. Or maybe there was some kind of ideological divide. Either way, a dissenting faction staged a coup and drove out the royal heirs of the Crimson Moon dynasty. Still, even with the dark sun looming high overhead, the Crimson Moon's glow never truly faded. If you want living proof, it's standing right before you.
The first time we met, I sensed something familiar in your presence. When I looked at you, I felt I could see that mysterious red moon in the corner of my eye. In your flames, I saw its broken image, surrounded by a strange black aura.
Well, I appreciate that you kept it to yourself. Much about the Crimson Moon is still a mystery, and I'd prefer not to end up as the object of an insane research project.
Well,
anyway, time is against us here, so if there's any other questions, they'll have to wait. I just want to make sure I've got one thing straight. In her letter, Sandrone mentioned that since you are unable to contain the iridescent moon's marrow yourself, you intend to leave it in my custody, correct?
That's right. For now, it's the only way I can pay you back for your help. The iridescent moon is already part of who you are. So with its marrow in your possession, you'll be even more powerful than before.
Oh!
Deal. Let's get started.
Get what started? What does this place have to do with the
When I first became a Harbinger, the Jester gave me a book called Harry, also known as Leobranto Inamorato. You should be able to buy a copy next time you're in Fontaine. It's a love story set in the Crimson Moon era. But setting aside the tangled romances of its characters, it also records a few interesting details. In the Crimson Moon era, or so the story goes, there was an orphanage that received children from beyond the bounds of this world, and subjected them to a peculiar induction ceremony.
Beyond the bounds of this world? For real? And what kind of induction ceremony?
The Crimson Moon sages looked beyond this world for beings with powers that surpassed the gods. But fearing they might lose control, they subjected these children to a process of refinement. They made these children crawl up a fireplace and kept asking them, "Have you died? Did you see it?" Until they finally admitted to having died and seen a crimson moon. The adults embraced the children who passed the ritual, telling them, "Within the fireplace, you have traversed the flames between two worlds. Here and now, you are born anew." The book leaves much unsaid, but I suspect that this was their way of branding the children they had enrolled, leaving an indelible mark upon them so that they would forever live in the Crimson Moon's light.
That explains why I can't sense the Crimson Moon's marrow in this world. It makes sense that it would be sealed in a special space that can only be accessed temporarily through some kind of ritual.
But there's no fireplace here. Do you see a chimney anywhere? Oh, are we supposed to build it ourselves? Okay, fine. Paimon will go find some bricks.
That won't be necessary. The fireplace is purely symbolic. The key to the ritual is crossing the flames between two worlds. In other words, the flames that burn within me. Those burned away by such flames leave behind a kind of ghostly afterimage in the world. In the days of Conria, people believed they could be used to bridge the gap between the two worlds of life and death. In short, I can open a passage to that space for you. That's the easy part. The catch is I'll need to stay on this side to keep the passage open, so I won't be able to come with you. Once you're inside, you'll have to find your own way. Very well. Then I'll open it up.
Traveler, spare me a little more moonlight if you would. I may need it. Thank you. I feel like I've recovered some of my strength now. It should be enough to move us across short distance.
Nggak perlu.
Mistress of the seven hues of ages past, great mother of the present, crimson-clad sovereign of the two realms, by fire severed, by fire renewed, I offer myself yourself now and beseech your descent.
Kan anjir.
One word of advice. As you're crossing over, no matter what voices you hear, do not answer.
Got it.
I sense a sinister gloom inside. I feel that I am about to meet an old friend who has changed beyond all recognition.
Gue suka sama bing 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 bing.
Merciless.
Give me some time to think. Anjay.
Your presence and your reign and rebirth. Wait, why are you? You have crossed over from another world, transcending fate itself. I have no
Hey! Look up at the sky! A red moon! This must be the spot, right? Is that the abyss? It's practically filled the entire...
What a tragic sight. Fragments of your broken body, seized by the abyss, and hung up aloft like mummified remains. Iridescent moon.
Careful! There's something
Full game behind me. Ntar gue pengen nguatin Trevor lu. Trevor gue agak ayam. Atau pakai dia. Oke. Ganti dong. Kayak punya cookie tuh bagus ya. Wait, what? Damn sucks ass tuh. Ai. Udahlah pakai punya si. Ya udah. Ngorin deh.
By the way, Columbina, didn't you tell us that the iridescent moon had shattered into pieces? The moon up there looks pretty whole to Paimon. How is that possible? Oh.
The night is cold. Don't be scared.
Allow me. Strike a pose.
Just like I thought. It was only a facade.
Rebuild.
Yoo-hoo! My guiding stars. Cold. Mine's
Fearless. Into the void.
Let's move out. Breathtaking.
Oh, it's been a long time.
Hold the line. The night. My guardian stars. Stars. Shower me with.
Another star goes out!
Merciless. Huh?
Huh?
Huh? For real? That's way too high. There's no way.
No. I'm not sensing any. It's coming from under the mountain.
Let's see. Ah! There's some kind of. Wait. See that? Looks like a mechanism.
Wow. Mereka sempat kayak bikin, oh ya, ini transisi gua gitu. Ayo kita buat sebuah mekanisme gitu. Kayak what? What? Buat apa gitu? Kesadaran gua ada mekanismenya gitu. Kayak.
Looks like a device from the time of Kalia. Maybe people once came here to study the Crimson Moon's domain, and they left this behind.
Oh.
If we can activate it, we might find some clues. Hey, look at that! Now that the mechanisms run. Do you think these mechanisms might be the key to unlocking the secret?
Felindis, we'll leave the rest of the research in your hands. We'll be heading back now.
This isn't ruining date night.
Ugh. Mind your own business. Just leave me some snacks on the...
Felindis? Is that Riru's girlfriend? How come we're hearing her voice here? Oh yeah!
The Abyss has made this space extremely unstable. Maybe that's why some of the things she said and did were preserved here. Like echoes.
Whenever I see this view, it takes me back to a poem from my childhood. Waning moon, oh lifeless damsel, weeping on the mountain crest. For me, of all people.
Sampai polindis dia, bosnya.
Fearless. Looks like the Abyss has messed up this mechanism. We need to find a way to get it working again. Let's see if there are any other devices nearby. Into the void. Extinguished. Oh, mine to command.
Betapa tidak reliability-nya nih terus media. Tidak real.
So the moon marrow, or rather the power of the 3 moons, is the key to unlocking... If it really does exist, then maybe this madness can finally be put to an end.
With the Abyss inhibitors in place, I should be able to access the chamber.
Serba salah anjir. Serba salah anjir, di sini bagus, sini jelek. Jelek ini bagus anjir, serba salah anjir.
These things are so creepy. Looks like we'll have to destroy them if we want to get to the iridescent moon's marrow. That must be the iridescent moon's marrow. We'll need to destroy these things before we can reach it.
Bro.
This is getting interesting. Merciless. Paradigm shift.
Ayo kan coy.
Shower me with bread. The night is cold, cold. Mine to the next.
Merciless. Another star goes out.
We're so close. Rest and rebuild.
Aduh, semen di sini.
Strike a pose. Time to shine. Not now. Don't be scared.
Oh, enggak ada anjir.
Merciless.
Bro, di Frozen tuh anjir, gak ada ini gua. Ikutnya karena gila.
Merciless.
Kita kayak lawan sistem anjir.
Into the void.
Kita masuk ke 9. Nggak gerak deh.
This is getting interesting.
Mati gua malah. Damn, berdamai.
Hold the line.
Nggak reliable. Huh.
We finally did it.
The iridescent moon's marrow, still burning away like an undying flame. If we can purify the abyssal power within. So,
Lindis?
is it you?
Huh?
At long last. I can see you once. I'm sorry. I lied to you. Even knowing what was to come, I still couldn't let go of the fear in my heart as death drew near. The moment the moon shattered, my body began to split apart piece by piece. Like, tell me, what was it that brought you to us all that time ago? If only I had possessed your courage. That you look so puzzled. But trust me when I say that everything happens for a reason.
What was that all about? Was that the goddess? It sounded like she was speaking to a long-lost friend. But
perhaps she took me for the goddess of the frost moon she once knew. For a fading soul like hers, Our auras must be too similar to...
But anyway, we've got the iridescent moon's marrow now. That should help. All right. Time to leave the... That's odd. This place looks different than when we came in.
Waning moon.
Huh?
Oh, lifeless damsel.
Oh.
Hah. Wait.
Hurry! The place is collapsing!
It wants to trap us here.
Who's it? The Abyss?
Now we've taken the moon marrow. All that's left here is a dark will. It will show us no mercy.
Give it back! The crimson moons! My marrow! My heart!
Anjay, gue apres nih, ini anjir. Ayah kapunya ini. Oke, anjir. Kira dia ini.
This is where you fall. Witness my rise. What are you waiting for?
Pengen gitu punya kesadaran dimana kesadaran gue tuh punya ruang gitu, nah ruang kayak gitu gitu. Jadi gue bisa gue stuck atau lagi apa gitu. Nanti gue masuk ke ruang sadar gue, anjir weapon monsternya kayak what the fuck. Hey, it's just so fucking good.
Oh, we made it! Is that you, Arlecchino? Wait, your hands!
Oh, this? Don't worry. It's a small price to pay. The Abyss wanted to trap you inside, and I defied its will by bringing you out. No wonder it's a little angry. No. I have paid the price, albeit a small one, and it cannot be undone. My hands have already fused with the Abyss. Purification would simply destroy whatever's left of them.
But surely... Oh... We're so sorry, Arlecchino.
As much as I'd like to call it a favor, the truth is I was simply holding up my end of the deal. Well, Columbine.
Yes, you did your part. And as promised, I will leave the iridescent moon's marrow in your care. From this day forth, may the two worlds' flames burn ever more brightly.
I'll take that as a blessing. Now, Columbina, give me your hand. Accept this moonlight I offer in return. Feeling stronger?
Hey, Columbina!
I'm fine.
By the Frost Moon's authority alone, wielding the power of the other moons was always going to be a stretch. Still, I think it's fair to say that your strength has returned. At least to the level it was at as Third Harbinger.
It's still not enough. There's no way I can hope to challenge Rayrir like this. Just one more ray of moonlight, if you would. It's okay. I can...
How about now?
At the very least, I won't have to stay hidden like before. I want to see him gone from Not Cry. The Rayhir of Solnari and his wild hunt must be sent back where they belong.
Well, it's good to have something to aim for. You certainly seem more alive now. When I first met you, you didn't strike me as a ray of moonlight. More like a wisp of fog drifting in from who knows where, ready to scatter at the first sign of a breeze. But now, you're full of vitality. Just like the Frost Moon, once the brightest of them all. May you keep shining, Columbina.
Thank you. Look after yourself too, Arlecchino. I know you have plans of your own, and that's why you're always seeking to grow strong. But whatever you're after, don't let the Abyss take a hold of you. I do not wish to see you go down the same path as Revier.
I appreciate the concern, Columbina. Although perhaps it's time you took a new name.
A new name?
Kutar, the Moon Maiden, Columbina. They're nothing more than code names. They describe who she is and the roles she's played, but they're not her real name. We often use code names in the House of the Hearth, too. But it's knowing your real name that keeps you grounded. Up till now, you've been living a wandering life, so you've probably never really cared. All I'll say is this. Once you've defeated Revier, give it some thought. All right, that's it from me. I'll get you back safely first, then go meet up with Sandrone.
You're the best!
I appreciate the gesture. It speaks to your good character. Anyway, let's get going. There are more urgent...
Tinggal sini Clara.
It was a close call, but we got the iridescent moon's marrow and restored Columbina's strength. And that's all that matters. In other words, mission accomplished. Paimon wonders how everyone else is doing. Do you think the others are making good progress? Hope it's all going smoothly. Oh, hey look! They made it back as well! Flint's! How did it all go?
Fuck.
All is well, thank you. Nefer and Yehoda had to stay at the curatorium to wrap things up, so they won't be joining us for now.
I ran into Miss Anefa and Miss Aino on the way back. Their work is still in progress, so I suspect they won't be back for a while either.
You seem rather cheerful to...
I certainly am. I achieved what I set out to do and came away with more than I bargained for. Fighting alone can get quite tedious, but I had the good fortune to run into a pair of brave young warriors.
Is that?
We meet again.
Albedo!
How have you been?
Albedo! What are you doing here?
That would be a natural assumption to make. It's also the correct one.
These two courageously lent me a hand while I was fighting the Wild Hunt. When they told me they were Servarka's colleagues, it all made sense. And given how people of outstanding talent tend to cross paths, it's no wonder.
So, who's your travel buddy, Albedo?
Why don't you come and introduce yourself?
She's a fucking dragon. Durin.
A gentleman of few words, I see. And a rather stern countenance. I presumed you were acquainted with him. Is that...
It's nice to meet you. Again. We've technically met before.
Wait a sec! You're Minnie Durin!
That's right. It's me.
What?
I'm glad to see you again.
By the way,
Gue baru sadar ya, Durin.
if you drop the mini.
Yeah, I'm not as mini as I used to be.
Interesting, isn't it? The first step towards blending into human
Oh
society.
iya anjir, gue baru inget nih
appears to be
Durin.
reflecting on whether one's name really reflects who they are.
Wow! You look so different! In a good way, of course. It's great to see you looking so healthy.
Thank you, Paimon. And although you're as mini as ever, I understand that diminutives don't always convey endearment. I'll be sure to simply call—
No need.
Come on, I don't have to. Come on, this is a warm greeting, by the way. Warm greeting of early act, and you just give me this? Fucking asshole! Oh my goodness, it is.
Oh, do you think the... Oh, hey, Prince! What?
All is well.
I ran into Miss...
You seem rather...
I certainly am. I achieved fighting alone can get...
We meet again.
Albedo! What are you doing here?
That would be enough.
These two courageous and given how people...
So?
Why don't you come and introduce your...
A gentleman of...
It's nice to meet— That's right.
By the way...
Yeah.
Interesting, isn't it?
Wow! You look so...
Thank you, Paimon.
Wow! You're such a smooth talker.
Personally, when people call her...
You're absolutely...
She's been...
Uh-oh.
Judging from your expression...
It's getting crowded here.
No need.
Thank you for your I'll be meeting soon.
We really appreciate your...
Oh, come on.
I understand.
Oh, this place is hopping. It's probably a good thing one of us left. Otherwise, we might not fit all...
Are you saying we're about to run out of chairs?
As a matter of fact, I am. Come on in and see for your...
Tempat nih, tempat gila nih. Pas, setiap pas isinya. Bawa ayam. I would indulgently try and save myself. Harus dia sebenarnya. Act 3 ini berapa ya? Act 4 ini berapa ya? Durasinya. Daddy slave?
I overheard your little chit-chat outside, by the way.
Anjir, ini
With
bukan
Miss Cullen and
what?
his colleague gone, we should be back to the original crew plus the other colleagues I brought in. Though, it looks like we have another new face. Someone else managed to rope...
Frankly, you and...
This here is Deanslip, colleague of Tibet's greatest guide, Paimon, and greatest adventurer, the Traveler. Well, not exactly colleagues.
When someone else jumps in to do the announcing, you know you're speaking to someone important.
Let's hear what he has to say.
Note to self. Once Paimon knows your name, the rest of the world will soon follow.
When he comes looking for us, it's usually something important. Paimon's guessing you've heard about the Wild Hunt then.
From the looks of it, you're about to hold a meeting. If I were to say that the Wild Hunt is our mutual enemy, would that earn me a seat at the table?
As the saying goes, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Mr. Dainsleif, there's a seat with your name on it. Though, I can't promise the same for everyone else. Hey, Albedo, think you can rustle up a couple more chairs?
After all this time apart, Grandmaster Varka's first order is to rustle up a couple more chairs.
Is he being sarcastic?
Hey, he's your brother. Why are you asking us?
I've still got a lot to learn about the nuances of human conversation. Trying to
Oh, good point. Paimon gets you now. Don't sweat it. There are people who go their whole lives without getting the hang of it. You're ahead of the game already.
I wonder what's taking Nefer.
What the fuck is that?
Perhaps you should go and check in with her. If anyone can hurry her along, it's you.
I just got back from the curatorium. Besides, aren't you curious to see what's taking her?
Miss Nefer doesn't strike me as the type to share secrets. And since gathering intel is her specialty, I'm guessing she'd prefer to keep her methods confidential. Under such circumstances, would it not be tactless for me to impose?
Oh, but it's fine for me to impose.
What can I say? You have an unrivaled ability to garner people's affection, Miss Moonchanter. Besides, you have far more in common with her than I do.
All right then.
Impressive. She barely fought back at all. I admire your powers of persuasion, my friend.
As I'm sure Miss Lauma will realize soon enough, the trick in life is to always pitch in with other people's responsibilities so that you can be selective with your own.
Another trick is to simply hide in the background.
Spoken like a true sage.
Huh. Anyway, looks like we've got some time to kill before the meeting. Let's take a little feel free to chat amongst yourselves. We'll get down to business once the other two arrive.
Who is the other two? Oh, never any. Oh, okay. That explains it.
You're both awfully quiet.